The anti-social investor. The power of thinking alone. Stop scrolling. Right now, your mind is under attack. Every financial news feed, every market update, and every social media guru is stealing your most valuable asset, your ability to think clearly. They're all pulling you toward the same place. And it's not a place you want to be. The financial system is rigged against you, but not in the way you think. It's a psychological trap built on urgency and noise. This video is your final warning. Today, we're not going to talk about charts or stock picks. We're going to give you the blueprint from Charlie Munger to become the ultimate anti-social investor and reclaim your mind. The door to sanity is right here. Your escape starts now. The world is designed to make you a social investor. It wants you to feel safe in the crowd, to find comfort in consensus, and to seek validation from a screen. The financial world is no different. It's an endless, deafening stream of opinions, predictions, and advice, a relentless tug of war for your attention and your money. But history's greatest minds, the most profound thinkers, and the most enduring fortunes were not built by those who followed the herd. They were forged in solitude. Charlie Munger, the ultimate anti-social investor, was a testament to this truth. He knew that the greatest insights, the most profound wisdom, and the biggest fortunes are found in the quiet, uncomfortable space of your own mind. Today, we're not just going to talk about a financial philosophy. We are going to go on a journey to reclaim your independence, to silence the noise, and to turn the chaos of the world into a superpower. This is the ultimate blueprint for thinking and thriving alone. 1. The curse of consensus and the antidote of reading. The internet has given us unprecedented access to information, but it has also created a dangerous side effect, a relentless psychological drive for consensus. We are hardwired to seek validation, to find comfort in a group that agrees with our ideas. This is the curse of consensus. It's a subtle but deadly trap. It tells you that because a million people on social media are all excited about a single stock, it must be a good idea. It makes you feel safe, but it makes you intellectually fragile. When everyone thinks the same way, no one is thinking at all. This is the delusion that fueled tulip mania in the 1600s and the dot-com bubble in the 1990s. The feeling of safety is what precedes the fall. For Munger, the antidote to this curse was a solitary, almost anti-social act: voracious reading. He famously said, "I have known no wise people who didn't read all the time." Munger's reading wasn't a casual hobby. It was a strategic intellectual discipline. By spending his days alone, consuming knowledge from a wide variety of disciplines: history, psychology, physics, biology, he was filling his mind with mental models that the herd knew nothing about. He wasn't just learning facts. He was building a unique operating system for his brain. This is your first and most crucial step to becoming an anti-social investor. Treat reading as a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. By doing so, you are not just gathering facts. You are building a unique mental latticework that no one in your social feed will ever have. You are preparing to see the world differently from everyone else. This is a solitary act that will give you an unparalleled advantage in a world of groupthink. 2. The man with a hammer is blind to reality. Charlie Munger was famous for a simple but profound proverb: "To a man with a hammer, every problem looks like a nail." This is the central flaw of the modern social investor. They join a group that uses a single tool, a single investment strategy, a single set of metrics, a single type of stock. They become experts at that one thing, but they are blind to everything else. This is the man with a hammer bias. They have one hammer, and they will try to hit every problem with it, even if the problem is a screw. For example, a value investor who only looks at low PE ratios will miss great growth businesses. A day trader who only looks at charts will miss the underlying fundamentals of a company. The social investor finds a tribe with a single hammer and believes it is the only tool they need. The antisocial investor understands that true wisdom comes from a multidisciplinary approach. You must have a toolbox full of different mental models, borrowed from every field of human knowledge. The person who understands a bit of psychology, a bit of physics, a bit of history, and a bit of accounting will have a massive advantage over the person who only knows how to look at a stock chart. The social investor seeks a single, shared truth. The antisocial investor seeks a collection of truths that only they understand. They know that to solve a complex problem, you need more than a hammer. You need a whole workshop of tools. 3. The envy machine. How social media destroys your returns. Munger believed that envy was the most irrational and stupid of all the deadly sins. He said, "It's the only one you could never possibly have any fun at." While all the other sins like gluttony and lust have a moment of pleasure, envy offers nothing but torment. In today's world, social media is an envy machine. We are constantly exposed to the curated highlights of others' lives. You see a stranger post about their massive crypto gains. You see a friend talking about their vacation home. This triggers a powerful and destructive psychological reaction, envy. It makes you feel like you are falling behind, that you are not good enough. It compels you to do something radical, something rash, just to catch up. This is how social media destroys your returns. It compels you to act out of a place of fear and jealousy, not out of logic. You make impulsive, short-term decisions just to feel like you're keeping up with the Joneses. The antisocial investor has an antidote. They are immune to the envy machine because they are not participating in the game. They understand that the only person they are competing with is the person they were yesterday. They have no interest in anyone else's highlight reel. 4. The power of the empty schedule. A strategic advantage. Most people see a busy schedule as a sign of importance and success. They fill their days with meetings, phone calls, and constant activity, mistaking motion for progress. But Munger, along with Warren Buffett, had a completely different approach. They kept their schedules remarkably empty. They had large blocks of time reserved for a single purpose, thinking. This is the power of the empty schedule. It's a strategic decision to create space in your life for deep, uninterrupted thought. While others are reacting to every email and every message, the antisocial investor is patiently sitting, reading, and contemplating. This freedom from distraction is a superpower. It allows you to see the big picture and to recognize opportunities that are invisible to the people who are constantly in motion. You cannot have great ideas when your mind is filled with 1,000 tiny distractions. Your brain needs room to breathe and to connect disparate pieces of information. The empty schedule is the breeding ground for all great ideas. 5. Studying catastrophes, not successes. Munger's approach to wisdom was unique. He said, "I sought good judgment mostly by collecting instances of bad judgment, then pondering ways to avoid such outcomes." He didn't just study successes. He obsessively studied failures. He spent his time alone, diving into case studies of companies that went bankrupt, investors who lost it all, and managers who made terrible decisions. This is the final key to becoming an antisocial investor. While the world is celebrating winners and copying their actions, you are quietly and methodically learning from their mistakes. You are training yourself to see the risks that others are ignoring. This puts you at a massive advantage, especially when the market turns. The more you know about failure, the less likely you are to experience it. You don't need to learn every lesson the hard way. The antisocial investor learns from other people's pain, quietly and alone. 6. The antisocial investor's moat. A mind of uniqueness. Warren Buffett famously spoke about a business having a moat, a competitive advantage that protects it from rivals. But the antisocial investor has a different kind of moat, a moat around their own mind. This mental moat is not built by networking or getting validation from others. It is built by your own unique, hard-won knowledge, forged in solitude. This moat is your ultimate defense against the noise and the panic of the market. While the herd is getting their information from the same popular news sites and social media feeds, your moat is built from obscure books, forgotten histories, and quiet contemplation. This makes your thinking unique and hard to replicate. When the crowd is panicking because they have no new information, you will be calm because your moat of knowledge allows you to see the truth that everyone else has missed. This is a source of true, lasting power that can never be taken from you. 7. The irony of market signals, emotion, not logic. The social investor is obsessed with market signals. They spend their days watching the ticker, analyzing every blip and every headline, believing that the market is a rational machine sending them a message. But Munger and Buffett understood a deeper truth. The market is a collection of emotional human beings, and its signals are often driven by fear and greed, not by logic. This is the irony of market signals. The market isn't a rational calculator. It's a moody, manic, depressive entity. Its signals are a broken compass that points to fear when it's low and greed when it's high. The anti-social investor knows this and ignores the noise. They don't listen to what the market is saying. They look at what a business is doing. While the crowd is reacting to a price drop with panic, the solitary investor is calmly seeing a buying opportunity in a great business being sold at a discount. They understand that a price drop is not a signal of a failing company. It is often a signal of irrational fear in the herd. 8. The cost of keeping up. A hidden tax on your life trying to keep up with the market is more than just a financial game. It's a hidden tax on your life. It comes in 3 parts: the financial cost, the constant trading and rebalancing that comes from trying to keep up generates fees for brokers and taxes for the government. It's a game where the only guaranteed winner is the middleman. The psychological cost. The social investor is a slave to a constant state of anxiety and stress. They are always checking their phone, worried about what they might be missing. They have no peace of mind. The opportunity cost. The time you spend on the hamster wheel of keeping up is time you are not spending on deep thinking, reading, or living your life. It's time you are not building your circle of competence. The anti-social investor understands this cost and refuses to pay it. They have chosen a simpler, more dignified path. They are not trying to be the fastest or the most informed. They are simply trying to be the most rational. This is a choice for a calmer, more deliberate life. 9. The anti-social investor's scorecard. Judging yourself, not others. Warren Buffett famously spoke about the internal scorecard. He said that most people have an external scorecard. They care about what the world thinks of them, how much money they have, what their title is, what their social status is. They want to be seen as a winner. But a truly wise person has an internal scorecard. They only care about what they think of themselves, based on their own principles and their own judgment. The anti-social investor has no use for an external scorecard. They don't need to post their gains or their clever opinions. They are only competing against their own mind, against their own biases. They are seeking to live a life of integrity, rationality, and clarity. They are not chasing the praise of strangers. This is the ultimate freedom from the constant pressure of social comparison. It is the path to immense inner peace. 10. The power of the simple model. A weapon against complexity. Wall Street wants you to believe that investing is complex. They use arcane formulas, advanced algorithms, and endless data points to make it seem impossible for the average person. But Munger and Buffett knew that the greatest truths are simple. They reduce complex problems to a few core, reliable principles. The anti-social investor wields the power of the simple model. They don't need a supercomputer. They need a few core ideas, like the circle of competence, margin of safety, and patience. While the crowd is getting lost in a labyrinth of data, the anti-social investor is using a simple, clear model to find their way. They understand that a complex solution to a problem is often a sign that the thinker is not thinking clearly. The simple truth is the hardest thing to find, but it is the most powerful weapon in your arsenal. 11. The unrehearsed truth, authenticity as an edge. In a world where everything is a performance, the antisocial investor has a unique advantage: authenticity. Their thoughts are not rehearsed for social media or for an audience. They are raw and honest, forged in the quiet of their own mind. This is the unrehearsed truth. The social investor is always putting on a show, trying to look smart or successful. Their ideas are designed to get likes and retweets, not to be correct. This is a fatal flaw. The antisocial investor's wisdom is not designed to sound clever. It is designed to be correct. This is a profound edge. While the crowd is busy trying to appear smart, the antisocial investor is busy trying to be smart. This is a silent, powerful advantage that no one can compete with. 12. The antisocial investor's time arbitrage, living on a geological scale. The social investor operates on a timeline of minutes, days, or weeks. They are in a constant state of reaction, living in a moment-to-moment frenzy. The antisocial investor, however, operates on a geological timeline. They are a patient observer, a farmer of wisdom, not a frantic hunter. This is the time arbitrage that no one can compete with. While the social investor is fighting a frantic battle in the short term, the antisocial investor is sitting on a mountaintop, watching the entire landscape unfold. They don't need a quick payoff because they understand the ultimate power of time. The compounding of a great business over decades is a force that will bury all the short-term noise, all the frantic trading, and all the desperate attempts to get rich quick. 13. The final advantage, the humility of solitude. The antisocial investor, because they operate alone, is forced to confront their own ignorance. There is no one there to tell them they are smart. This quiet humility is the ultimate protection against the herd's arrogance. When the crowd is overconfident, you are quietly questioning your own assumptions. When the market is euphoric, you are filled with a healthy dose of doubt. This humility is not a weakness. It's a profound strength. It is what allows you to survive a crisis and to learn from your own mistakes. It is the silent, internal superpower that Munger and Buffett possessed in spades. The conclusion, your final choice. The world wants you to be part of the herd. It wants you to stay confused, anxious, and distracted. It wants you to believe that the key to success is more information, more apps, more opinions. But Munger knew the brutal truth. The key to success is to detach, to think, to be an antisocial investor. The path of the antisocial investor is a lonely one, but it is the only path that leads to true wisdom, true clarity, and true wealth. If this video gave you the courage to think for yourself, I have a challenge for you. Hit that like button and consider it your first act of rebellion against the herd. It's a silent vow that you will no longer be a victim of your own biases. And if you are truly serious about forging a mind that gets stronger from chaos, then subscribe now. Don't miss our next video, which will continue this journey toward complete financial and mental freedom. The next move is yours.